first round, the team that wants to go to space is led by Mojito, I think, at this point, who is playing the Malians in the yellow as Pocket. Darkillermon is the official captain. Is he actually the captain? Captain is Darkillermon as the Vietnamese in the north. And then in the south, we've got TomSnuffles with another Genbo clump with Italians. Questionable choices. He will play against Javisty with the Britons in the south. We do have Tusky joining with the Huns from the north to support his home to support the French as a person from a nation that might exist from Belgium. And he has the Huns. Pocket is Auriko as the captain with the Khmer against Mojito's Malians. We see Darkillermon already lost a villager. I don't see any dogs yet, besides by Javisty is the only one playing the water, going for cannon galleons. And that will bring those castles at risk. Should range that, yeah, should probably range another one from here. It's not the best cannon galleons, no elite for the Britons, but will be fine. Boats are cheating, says TomSnuffles. Boats are supposed to be the meta on this map, though. But seems like Javisty is the only one for that. Fight me on land, you coward. Tom is castle clumping and calling his opponent a coward. Also doing so with a palisade wall. Interesting takes. Unknown is a white flag? Okay, I'll remember that name too. Lucky, will you cast our match tomorrow? As we have Darkillermon with lots of elephants against Auriko's lots of elephants. And Auriko is moving in from the pocket. There's also a rush on Javisty by the pocket. The Malian camels can possibly take down some of Tusky. Tusky killed 10 and lost 7, so lots of action back and forth with Tusky, who's even rushing on to the pocket now. Absolute madness on the flanks. Elephants don't really know where to go. They're going back and forth for both parties. No castle up here. Defensive elephant for Auriko is there. Tusky's army is kind of trotting behind Auriko's elephants as Darkillermon is massing up the Vietnamese elephants and is the first to go to a dock in the north. Tusky also now docking. Vietnamese have the better navy in this ponds, I think. Not sure Huns have. Do Huns have fast fire? Or Carrack? I've got actually no clue. Why does NASA have a Caribbean island flag? Yeah, because it looks like a rocket. Elephant versus elephant, Huns squeezing through. Malians now sending some more camels to the north, but they're getting attacked by Auriko's elephants in their bases as well. Tom has a mass of Genbo, but Javisty... Genbo not really a great unit against Britons, right? They can just go Arbalist or potentially Longbow. Just full Arbalist, no Longbows yet. Could start producing them, but I guess we go for traps first. Not many castles for Javisty though. Could maybe do a bit more, but this is looking tough for TomSnuffles. Javisty with the armor, simply that's enough, not even longbows needed to counter all the Genbo all in by Tom. I think Tom should play more normal. Against these guys he will be fine. That looks good for France so far. Romans are out in the northern pond. Darkillermon got onto that but made fishing ships! Fishing ships! You're supposed to fish in this pond! You're supposed to make warships in this pond that you're fighting over with your opponent. No true NASA supporter Snuffles is playing. For how long though, right? Well, he at least is thinking about some back TCs, but his base is under heavy pressure by Javisty. And he might make it to a travesty for Tom. Middle control for Team France as well. Javisty and Auriko both establishing castles onto the middle. After booting all the 2k plus RMs for their team, it seems to be going better for the French. No. But history in DM will be written, perhaps, if we win. Castle goes down for Darkillermon. Still has his Trap Barrage there. Khmer Scorpions, pretty good as an elephant killer against Darkillermon's Vietnamese elephants. They do have more HP at least. They are in good numbers, so Darkillermon able to trot forward. Dromons aiming at the traps. Traps aiming at the Dromons. Darkillermon using his land military to take out the boats of Tusky. Darkillermon and Mochido pushing back a bit. Siege Onager support. Really nice against the Huns, even though they don't have siege engineers. It's pretty nice against the Khmer and Han armies to have access to SO. So Mochido doing good to add them to support on the flank here. Big problem for Team NASA is the south side, where Javisty's Britons are hardcore pushing. Lots of chonkering. Map control is looking good for France. And Tom is trying to be a nuisance with some forward barracks shenanigans. Not even making Kondo, but making champions. I don't think there's ever a case where you want to make champions with Italians instead of Kondo. So Tom is kind of making even the wrong sword unit, even though he loves Kondo. And Team NASA has to call it. France takes the 1-0. Javisty with Britain domination. And a decent team play from Tusky and Auriko. After a wild start, they like Darkillermon and Mochido did also play nicely together, but it wasn't enough. France takes Kawasan and therefore gets the lead in the series. Fastest player is Javisty. Even though playing Britons, Javisty and Tusky same speed, Tom is a chill person with 18 APM, 28 and 28 for Mochido. The APMs are really different between the teams in this one. France with the win. They don't need supporters. France, for the first time in Deathmatch Nations Cup. No, they took some game ones maybe. So let's see. They're aiming for their first win in DM Nations Cup, that's for sure. And they did use the Huns. They used the Khmer. And the Britons. They didn't even play elephants with Britons, but elephants with Huns. And then on the NASA side of things, Malian pocket was used. We saw the Vietnamese flank and an Italian flank on a bit of a weird map for Italians probably. You're not betting knowing the results, yeah. Please, if you know the results, don't take care in the bets. Bets are obviously a bit better on live sets, but if you guys are having fun, if Greenwood wants to make them, I'm not hindering you guys. Game 1 won by Auriko as the captain in the green. Let me see what is the game 2 map. It is Outcrop. So we will move on to go for Outcrop. Is there Coast to Mountain? There is Coast to Mountain, so I won't see the Persians. Might see Koreans here maybe, some strong siege civs. Maybe some Georgians again to use the hills. Not sure we're gonna see Ethiopians. But it's already relatively late, so let's just go for game 2. As I got the Georgians right. Thanks for the tip, Lucky Comes. See if it will work for Team NASA. We've got Darkillermon as the Tatar flank, also with a hill bonus. Then Mochido with the Gujara pocket, strong pocket used by Team NASA. And TomSnuffles going full ETK on the top side, where he will meet once again Javisty, who's playing as the Georgians. In the pocket, raising the proud French flag is Tusky, because it's an international team, right? So we don't actually know which flag to put. That's my excuse for the white flag. Tusky is playing the Berbers, and in the south we have Auriko staying true to his colors in the blue with the Bulgarians. Friends, their old royalty flag. Let's go. It sums up their group stage performance perfectly. Darkillermon lost a villager already though to Auriko. We had the try hard cast earlier, right? Once I woke up. Now this is the fun cast. Don't see any leaf flower on this flag. It's the power of imagination that you need. And now that you have Tusky in the team, and no longer those try-hard RMers, you've got the power of friendship on your side as well. Tusky has also got the power of the rush with the Berbers though. 10 villager kills onto Darkillermon, captain in shambles for Team NASA. Should have taken an example out of TomSnuffles and clumped perhaps, as the Teuton Castle is shooting the mule card. First mule blood. Why is that grey? Shouldn't that also be teal? Mule card falls to the mighty Teuton Castle's ETK start coming out, but Darkillermon is in shambles. The chicken castle isn't chicken enough. It's not on the TC. He trusted on the camels. He wanted to rush himself. He wanted to kill things stuff of Auriko, but it all got stopped in the way. Mojido maybe a bit late with the help piece instead. Well, that's also kind of helping, right? If you rush the pocket. Mojido did lose 5 villagers, though only killed 1. Castles went up earlier for Tusky, so a little bit of Tusky domination in game 2 perhaps. It's called lilies in English. Lilies sounds very stupid though. It's called Lilien in Deutsch, which I guess sounds similar. Can we finish the castle for Darkillermon? No, we finished the walls instead. But there's cave archers around. Is there cave archers around? No, there's cave archers for the task themselves, so I guess that's fine. But there's the plan. How is this villager being attacked? Okay, the villager is being attacked. Castle should finish for Darkillermon. How's it going on the top side? Lots of ETK and now some siege runners. Only 1 workshop. Would like to see more. Tom is trying to make more. Full ETK SO. There is some scorpions and ETK themselves for the Georgians, but they're under the hill, so Tom kind of holding no trade corner at all for the NASA team though. As the ETKs start dancing, so I guess you guys want to see more ETKs. They're not dancing though, they're very standing. They're a standing army. Purple is also quite a good... purple is the best ETK color, right? So it's a good fit that he got purple to get ETKs. The Dutch party in front of my window is still going strong. The Dutch party in chat is also going strong. Somehow some Dutch people have not only invaded the chat, but have also invaded the Späti, the shop that's under my house or in my house, and are partying in front of my house right now. Which at least means I can scream as much as I want because they're louder than me anyways. As the Camel Archers roll in for Tusky. Darkillermon got 1 castle up. Will he get the second up? Tusky isn't paying attention, so he might. Elephant Archers for Mojido there trying to defend. Mojido not getting that much army out. Some Elephant Archers. Elephant Archers also bit countered by the Camel Archers that are now out for Tusky though. It's such a good game for Tusky here in game 2. Is this a French team or is this a secret Belgian team? Yes, there's a Dutch party in front of my window. Not as in political party, but as in 18-year-olds from the Netherlands drinking. What's happening to the ETK? Well, ETK are doing kind of fine. Javisty is looking to secure the corner though with Munaspa, but the ETK are just pushing on their own. Do we have any trebuchets? Now 10 trebuchets queued for Tom. Has spent all his resources on ETK. We've got ETK raids onto Javisty. Man, Tom is destroying Javisty with ETK. Lord have mercy. Now he's going back. Maybe waiting for his siege to come out. Not sure where the siege is queued even. Is it all in one castle? No! All the trebuchets are queued in one castle. Tom! What do you make 7 castles for? And then queue all your trebuchets in the most hurt one. They're not healing, they're in queue in one castle. In the south it's looking dire for Team NASA. The white flag is never not to be seen for the French. Instead they are wearing the tricolore proud, so I guess by winning this game they earn the right to the tricolore back in game 3. Or maybe because of Tusky's domination we give them the Belgian flag next. How about that? Ouriko sending some army? Tusky still has so much though. You don't just retreating there. Tom now has finally some trebuchets out, can start pushing the castles. Hand cannon switch by the Georgians to counter the ETK. No? Cav archers. Georgians have pretty good cav archers, they're healing, so I think cav archers would have been the play versus Titans. I guess the pocket is already making camel archers. Not like this though, Tusky. That's not a melee unit. The camel archers is a ranged unit, so you want to position it a bit further away from the enemy. Go for the Wallonie flag. Is that there? But that might be a good compromise, yeah. If it's available. The Brazilian flag is gone off the map though. Darkillermon pushed hard and losing stuff even on his expansion. 8 population for Darkillermon. Tough times for the NASA team in the south. Camel archers now even invading the Gujarat lands of Mojito. With some pretty farming up, but it's not that much farming. And now he is out of food. Tom has a strong army. I mean, Tom is at least alive. Not controlling a corner though. French team not that interested. Are trading in the south west anyways. Well, not much more to say. This is looking good for France. We can look a bit more at the ETK, I suppose. Tom is just living the ETK dream, yes. And he's pushing, but Darkillermon kills the GG with 17 population. Mojito says, come back here! The villagers are trying to punch down a camel archer. Duk duk doot. But he's French, so he's running. Well, he's actually Belgian. So he's not running. Mojito wants to kill that guy still, so we're not allowed to watch the ETK. Camel Archer falls. Let's go to the ETK. They are just standing around because TomSnuffles has resigned. His traps are still killing, but France will take the 2-0. Hi guys, no spoilers, but was there a match earlier? Yes. There was a match earlier between Canada and the USA. It is on the VOD. Camel Archer has been shanked. France takes the 2-0 over NASA in the Silver League. And on the start of the VOD, you will find a main event set as well with Canada vs USAC. And hi Strayward to your weekly dose of dopamine after the less dopamine infusing Warlords matches that you were probably watching before. We have a 2-0 in favor of the French here though, so bad for all the NASA fans. They did use Gujaras and they did use Teuton ETKs and they did use Tatars. While the French pocket domination of the strong civilization of the Berbers. And then, what else did they go for? There was Georgians up top. Oh, pretty high civ picks for both teams. And what was Javisty? Oh, Javisty was Georgians up top. Auriko was Bulgarians, true. We saw some conics. France in a strong lead. They take the opponent's home map on Outcrop. That's we playing over another victory? No, that's why we're letting them go through now and are going a bit slower onto the next game. As the next one will be Coast to Mountain, so now we can actually start. There won't be happening that much at the start in Coast to Mountain, right? Can at least load in and talk about the civilizations. Look for the Wallonie flag. Wallis and Futuna. Well, it ends up being quite the French flag though. Wallis is not Wallonia. That's a part of Swiss, right? There's only Wales and Wallis and Futuna. I don't know, do you call it Wallonia in English? Let me look up how it's officially called in English. So we're supposed to have a flag with a cock. Called Wallonia. No Wallonian flag. So I'll actually have to go with a French flag. I'm sorry. And they will get their rocket again for NASA. No, who paused I was waiting for the ads, goddammit. Who paused them? Now what do we do? Now they'll play 5 minutes into the game. Ah, I even said that let's wait and let them play through. Unlucky. Well, if you get ads mid-game, you can sub and blame the mods. We will have to go in. Maybe Green Dude can gift some subs to make it easier for you guys. Welcome to game 3. We've got... I wanted to wait for the ads and analyze the civilizations, but now the ads will play anyways, so... nothing to wait for. Darkillermon playing as the Slavs up top, so Slavs could be broken here. Let's see, TomSnuffles, of course, going for his war elephants in the middle. And in the south, we've got Mojito with the Georgians. Are they allowed on this map? Ha! They're not banned on this map. Oh my god, we might get some crashes if they go on the water for Luchons. But yeah, I kind of forgot. They're kind of allowed on this map, right? Auriko on the other side with the Vikings on the water play. Tusky with the way in the middle. And up top we've got the Ethiopians, so not that high invest by the French. And there's the elephant emote that Squirrel made. Let's go. How many loot ones does it take to crash the game? I think 20. Also a nice way to phrase that. Can Mojito perform his famous rush on Coast to Mountain again? He's trying with the Step Lancers. Tusk Swords we saw in game 1. Because that's a Khmer technology, guys. Or technology of the Khmer, if you wanna say it that way. Speaking of the way, they're getting wrecked by Javisty's Step Lancer, by Mojito's Step Lancers right now. Already 5 kills onto Tusky. Mojito with a little bit of revenge for all the Tusky raids last game. So that's kind of working. Don't Georgians get cannon gains? No. They don't get anything because they're playing full land. They are ignoring the water, so Vikings are getting the water for free. Mojito more interested in the rush than in the water play. Darkillermon looking to secure the top side. Lots of units streaming forward for Tusky to interrupt here. What is the plan against elephants though for the French team? I guess they've got Ethiopian siege launchers and scorpions. But other than that, not too many elephant counters. And Tom is clumping into elephants. Tom seems to be clumping every game. Fire Lancers trying to defend here against the Way Rush. Tusky also killed 5 now. A little bit of revenge. The Vikings can just go fishing and maybe walk forward or go for that transport ship in order to make use of the southern shenanigans. Chieftain Pikes. Yeah, well. Every unit. Oh, Cav Archers forward here, or like Shanbai Raiders. Stop the castle for Darkillermon, who's trying to get his help siege mass out. I just noticed there's a typo in my donation community funded timer. You would be so kind after the set, or like at the end of the stream, to remind me to fix that. Would be great. Tom gets all the cool units. He does, right? And it's also a very strong unit this time. It's a very scary elephant push. They're going through the middle again, so a bit playing this like we saw earlier. Wouldn't say too much, but we did see a combined push onto this area already in the main event set. And it is a Trojan Fire Lancer heavy rocket card push with war elephants. So I guess the Fire Lance is to take out Halberdiers. They won't be that great against Berserks. But what is here to stop the elephants? Not really much. Shanbai Raiders shouldn't do much damage. Rocket cards are getting some nice shots on them as well. And I think the Ethiopian siege will need to come here. And yeah, the Ethiopian siege by Javisty is being produced towards this area as well. $60 elephants for TomSnuffles. And now the game is getting exciting and the ad kicks in. That's why I wanted it at the start, Green Dude. There's no siege with this though, right? Oh no, there's some siege coming forward for TomSnuffles and Mojito. Elephant's a bit indecisive. They want to move in or not. Tusky raiding up top. Looking to snipe the villagers there. Doing quite some damage onto the castle. Trip markets are at least up, but this is big trouble for Darkillermon. Where is Darkillermon's army? He was trying to go forward. Now we'll have to hassle back to deal with this raid. Really good raid, but how is it going with the elephant push? Scorpions of the Ethiopians are now appearing. So Javisty kind of being in the place where he needs to be. Tusky can't contribute here much, so he's raiding. I really like that. Not much in terms of water forwards. We're just trying to somehow stop the elephants for Team France. Rocket cards are a good addition behind the elephants. Will aim at the scorpions now. Trebuchets were partially being sniped, so very slow push on the trebuchet front for Team NASA. Kufu, thank you so much for the raid. I will pause. You might be raiding into ads anyways, and now I have an excuse to pause to give you a shout out. Thank you so much for the raid to Kufu. I hope you can hear me. Not sure how it exactly works with the raids. I hope you don't have ads right now. Check out Kufu, guys. Thank you so much. He's casting a lot of... Is that the right Kufu? I think that's the wrong Kufu. No! Is it a double underscore? I feel like it's a double underscore, no? Ah, rip. Well, don't follow that Kufu then. Welcome, guys, to... Can you hear me? I'm actually not sure. Yes, it's double. You can hear me. Alright. Well, I'll give you another shout out in 5 minutes then. Probably after the game. Remind me. And yeah, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, guys. We're casting Deathmatch Nations Cup. You might know some of the players from the community events that you're covering. Assuming you were casting some specialists. So click on Kufu's name and give him a follow already. And we're currently in the middle of a big elephant push by the NASA, North American, South American team, against the French team in DM Nations Cup Silver League. So let us resume the action. I'll give you a proper shout out with a clip after the game. Casting tournaments most days of the week, doing community games every Monday. If you want to join those sometimes, everybody's welcome. And welcome to the channel. After DM Nations Cup, might also cast some specialists. Oh, but the elephants are getting beaten back right now. We paused at a crucial moment where the elephants are running out for TomSnuffles. Is it just one go? Yes, some resources left. Does he have economy? A little bit, but the elephant push is getting beat back by the Ethiopian siege. Darkillermon with some siege forward did clean up the raids. Did not really clean up the raids. Tusky still having some away units in the back here. Lots of units in the empty midfield here on Coast to Mountain. The Crane has his first specialist. Batch tomorrow. Good luck. Lots of water economy for the Viking. We have trade. We have some trade for the French. We do have markets at least for the NASA team, but they will have to lick their wounds a bit after the elephant push was beaten back. Tom is working on a new one. Maxi already has all his matches scheduled for tomorrow. He came back and scheduled everything for Sunday. Oh my lord. He's 1 week late. But how many brackets is he playing? Is he only playing one bracket? How can he schedule all in one day? It's a day where I can't cast even. Well, I'm not casting much specs. But I can't watch for tomorrow because I have to prepare for my set. And I'm playing Grand Finals of Super Idiot Cup. Elephants trying to chase the Scorpions, but is that really what you want to chase? Rocket cards have to fight the wrong units from a NASA perspective as well, fighting the heavy Haegwong cavalry. So, not many Tiger Cav. Haegwong are a bit better in melee combat. 2 brackets only? Okay. Imagine playing only 2 brackets. Imagine playing sets and specialists though. I haven't had the time for it yet. I thought I might play some this week, but then we got UKA as opponents, so I said, no, not playing specialists this week. We'll focus on DM. It's kind of 3 weird 1v1s, because not really 1v1s. Vikings are kind of fighting here. Wei are fighting against Jurchens. Up top, nobody's fighting. Javisty is just preparing for a push, but largely unopposed so far. The Teutons are kind of gathering here, not knowing who to fight. Vikings also have done the forward castles now, but are getting a bit pushed back by Mojido. Mojido's definitely trying a lot here. It also gets quite some kills forward, so, and some rushes, so that's kind of fine. But population is looking good for France. Elephants now up top trying to fight the Vikings here. Tusky has made a forward castle there. Big problem for Team NASA though, this massive push up top by Javisty will go unanswered. Tusky and Auriko asking so many questions in the middle that this whole threat arrives and has not arrived surprisingly, and there's no defense prepared for Darkillermon. 2 castles and then the trade is open. That's kind of all he has, and this is looking like a very good and easy round for the French. The Boom Boys are back. Do we have Grenadiers? Not really, no. Don't really have army anymore for Mojido. Or are Boom Boys the Fire Lancers? I feel like Grenadiers are more Boom Boys than Fire Lancers. Mojito now out of army. Just kind of fighting a little bit here, and I have no clue how they want to stop Javisty's push. Oh, Khufu says he's been enjoying my cast from this turn as well. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I wasn't aware you're watching. But of course a lot of people just watch without chatting much. Saw Grenadiers earlier? Alright. Resources are there for Mojito, but we're not producing anything. He does have lots of gold, could make a lot of Grenadiers actually. There we go, now 45 Grenadiers get queued. So there's your boom boys. Elephants try to help out with the northern push actually. Siege Hunters of Darkillermon take out the Siege of Javisty, so this is halted for now. No building killing siege, also no castle anymore in the trade though. Elephants kind of looking for a surround, lots of Viking units appearing here, lots of infantry for the Ethiopian as well. Kind of ending up in the wrong spot, not protecting the siege. Siege Hunter trading for 2 scorpions. Not that impressive. Where are the Grenadiers going? Grenadiers just gathering in the south. Trade is flowing for Team NASA, but it is short trade because they didn't even attempt to fight on water. Oh, Iron Pagoda? Iron Pagoda are pretty good. The anti-melee hit ability is really nice. Also blocks Siege Hunter projectiles or demos, which can be handy in some situations. And then it's just a really strong cavalry unit with a nice ability. So yeah. Trojans have a lot of busted units. It's full Grenadier Fire Lancer though, no Iron Pagoda to be seen. TomSnuffles trying to make a castle to protect his food economy, doesn't really have much on the field, of course, is contractually obliged to make some longswords, but no elephants anymore for Tom. So looking dire in the middle. Tusky kind of upping the level of the French team a lot here, I feel. He's a lot better than Lighty or Ciskhan, and the RMs, only it's a lot better than Ciskhan. I don't know, Lighty was kind of solid, but not that great even, right? I don't know. I feel like Tusky is making the French team better than the top RMs that they had in Gold League. But here you boom boys, Ukrainian. Delivering some booms, but also dying to the combined might of the Wei units. And Javisty now, unopposed, goes through the corner and NASA calls it 3-0 in favor of the French. Tusky OP, Tusky GOAT. So finally somebody rooting for France. And it's going a little better than all the others rooting for NASA. Tom at least ends up with a good KD. Holy clear by Darkillermon. What? 114 army. Poof. 15 army. Oh, when was that? What happened actually? I guess it's just a lot of Helvetiers that got yeeted forward. Oh, Helvetiers being mated by the Scorps. I guess that's it. And then these will eventually die as well. While he's looking at his base. Treasures are good save overall, and a friend fixed them Hindustanis, so there's no possible to wall against. What? I guess in team game with Hindustani Civ bonus, it's nice for the step lancers. You're talking RM team games? Don't think they share a pool in this tournament though. France takes the 3-0. And Coast to Mountain, home map by the French. They didn't need the water trade this time. It didn't go so late as against the Dutch in that very crucial and amazing Game 5. They were able to defend the elephants, and then the eco for more army wasn't really there. Tusky with some nice raids, kind of deciding the game, while Viking secured water, and Javisty did the big siege pushes up top. Also a lot of the cleaning of the elephants done by him. Therefore, 3-0 for the French. And they're looking sharp to, after an unlucky Gold League run, to make it deep into the Silver League. Classic North and South American country of Great Britain. Tom was added later so they can schedule. And yeah, let's see where we go next. It'll be Runestones for game number 4. It's actually picking a French home map again. They want to play their own home maps, Canyon Lake and Golden Lake, seemingly. Civ-wise, we just saw Persians, no Saracens being used on Coastal Mountain, actually. But pretty low down civs on the way, the Vikings. And... oh boy, what was the third civ? What was Javisty up top? Something with sea jointers. Ethiopians. And then NASA had Georgians trying to rush with step lancers, but over long distance. Then had a strong army after that, next to the Persians, and then the Slavs actually, right? They even used Slavs up top. Slavs Georgians is a powerful combo, but I don't like it for Coastal Mountain. It's far too far away. Slavs on Runestones, I think, would have been a lot stronger. Or on maybe Canyon Lake, Golden Lakes. Stuff where you can rush then, right? With the other civs. But yeah, let's go for game 4, guys. Maybe NASA can start the reverse sweep here. Get the rocket logo again and no Valonian flag, so France will get the French one. Welcome to Runestones. We've got TomSnuffles on the Khitans. Will he go full Yao Dao? Of course he will, right? Yeah. Oh my god. He will go against Dravidians. We'll be very happy that they don't get rushed. Will we see? What? Triple cast as well? This is full Yao Dao with full Whippy boys? Auriko embracing the memes to play against Tom. We see full Whippy swords. Full Whippy swords against full Liao Dao. Spears are also allowed, obviously, says Mojito. Wait, is it only unique units or something? Darkillermon is playing as the Dravidians in the north, and that looks more normal. He's playing against the Sicilians who are making donjons. Javisty is playing Pole Pocket. Alright, I think we've kind of given up trying a little bit here for game 4, and we're memeing all now. At least the French are memeing. Polish Pocket going full Obuch. I think it's only infantry, right? Maybe they agreed to only do swords? Yeah, they agreed to only do infantry units, I think. I think this is Tom asked in game 4 everybody to go infantry. So we're gonna see Woodsteel versus Sergeants. That should be good for Darkillermon. We're gonna see Whippy Swords versus Liao Dao. I think I favor the Whippy Swords. And then in the pocket we'll see Elite Obuch versus Eagles. Which in the fights I favor the Elite Obuch. And what are you raiding if the pocket is clumping, I guess? So I guess it's better for the French. Besides the top. They at least unit-wise should go to Darkillermon. I guess this turned into a more fun match. Let's see if the full infantry war can at least be won by TomSnuffles' team. Yeah, out of his Whippy Swords, that's probably the coolest one of them. Yeah, somebody said pikes are allowed, but I don't think they make much sense. Two-handed swordsman for the Maya. Oh yeah, of course, Mojito is playing his Maya. He gets to play his dear Maya. That's not a great choice in an infantry war, though. Can he get plumes? Is he allowed to get plumes? And Tom hates eagles, though. He doesn't like them, right? Maybe that's why we see two-handed swordsman. Tusky says that's PvC. Are PvC not allowed? Well, I don't know the rules of this, guys. Actually, the mass is better for Tusky, so he's still winning even against Woodsteel with his sergeants. The South Whippy boys fight back the Liao Dao. I'm not so sure on how to cast this. Obuch should shred everything in the middle, as we don't see even archery units. I guess the BBC are the most unswordy thingy. They're not really coming out though. It's Siege Runner just now? I'm not sure if those are allowed. It's Tom's stream, but somehow Tusky is winning. I guess there's too many other buildings here, right? And you're not really allowed to produce from them. And there can be so many champions and sergeants made here. Although the sergeants aren't really cute from the Greffos. But Tusky is pushing. By the Ram fence? I'm not sure they're allowed. I don't know. Their siege routers are apparently allowed, so you could make Ram fence. Rams are being added for TomSnuffles, so I guess by TomSnuffles own definition Rams are okay. I'm not sure what Rams are doing in a full melee fight though. The Whippy swords are dominating in the south, and the Obuch are dominating in the middle, and somehow the sergeants and Sicilian infantry is beating Darkillermon's Dravidian infantry. Traps are allowed, I guess, as well. They are taking down some stuff. Tusky says no honor because there is siege added by Darkillermon, who has lost all, who's losing all his castles though, even with the siege. TomSnuffles says Tower Boy because he added donjons. No Japan, so no honor, says Auriko, who's whipping the shit out of Tom's units. That's it, we said nothing about those, only samurai bring honor. Well, I don't think there's Japanese in these pools, right? Oh, no, NASA would have had Japanese. He says Poles OP. Yeah, well, against Maya that can't make archers, it's pretty good. So sad to see Maya without plumes. Yorka says Urumi are good too. Yeah, they seem to dominate as well. And Tusky's making towers at the back of Darkillermon's base, so I guess that's why Tom was complaining. Beware of the Karakitai, as they are without honor. I don't actually remember the saying. To imitate it. I remember it, but I don't remember the intonation. Mojito and Japanese had Japanese for the infantry award with Maya. Yeah, I think he has a bit of a Maya fetish. But in an infantry war, that's really not what you want to be. Darkillermon calls to GG. He doesn't want to be out-infantryed by the Sicilians anymore. Or maybe he hates the donjons. I don't know. Mojito said it was close as the Obuchs run over him. And Javisty even gets to win with Poles in Deathmatch, which would really never happen. Stop. Hammer time! Golden hammer time, even. Javisty hammers the win into the Mayan temple, and the great monuments will speak of the French victory, the Polish victory as well, as the Obuch parade around the Maya base. And the Poles will get there first and probably only win in Deathmatch Nations Cup. Oh, they were actually played once, right? I think in Switzerland, France, last game Poles have played. I think they lost though in 2v1. Or Mapuche won? Let's check.